Hey everyone, this is Shilpa again on day 6 of going live. And I definitely feel a lot more confident in doing these quick lives. Obviously, I've been on camera and often do videos and podcasts. That part is easy because I'm often just my voice and that's all I hear. So that's usually the easy part. But obviously, I've had my challenges when it comes to going live, but this one's been fun. Today, the clue for me is around the concept of trust and speaking up. And I would like to start off by asking you, how has trust shown up for you? And what kind of clues have you been picking up on in the last few days? Today, I participated in it's been going on for a few days, a 3-part series on using AI to create a website. And I've created websites in the past, old school style, HTML and GoDaddy meets WordPress and a lot of that, fun stuff. But doing the AI version of a website, um, it's it's fun. I find it fun, and yet it's challenging because there's so many new moving parts. And I've created a few apps, so it's not uncharted territory, but it's still new when it comes to the website stuff. Well, in any case, the reason I mentioned this story is during class, I was stuck in a certain area of building what is called a requirements document. And I had not even started to actually build the site. I was trying to move through some prompts that helps you really build a foundation for the site. And before you start snoring and thinking that sounds really boring, it actually there is a interesting part in it that's coming up. I got to the point where I was looping in my head, like, how do I um, give the right sequence of information to the AI that I'm using, which happens to be called Manus. And am I doing it in the wrong order? Because sometimes the order matters in terms of building the foundation. And also because that particular AI called Manus, I'm using based on what is called credits. And I have limited credits, so I didn't want to blow the credits by um, having it spin its wheel. So my brain was instead spinning its wheel. And it was time to do Q&A, and I had my Zoom hand up ready to ask. In the back of my mind, I kept thinking, well, it's obvious. I shouldn't be really asking this question. And what if it's something that the rest of the students don't need to hear? Like it's a stupid question. In any case, I went ahead and quickly ask the question because the instructor is very clear that they don't want us to give too much of the background on a question, just jump in. So I asked the question, and the instructor said, well, you may have missed the thread this morning because a lot of students were asking for clarification on that. And he said, I think I've confused many of you because this is something that's repeating by others. So I was relieved to know that it was something that others are also trying to figure out. And what it gave me the clue on is that sometimes we can trust what we are curious about and trust to go ahead and speak up. And I'm laughing. My husband definitely thinks that I have no inhibitions in speaking up and speaking my mind. But in my mind, I often think, do I say it out loud? And what do I push myself? And I think the answer is take a pause, take a breath, and be yourself, be authentic. And then ask a question, speak up when needed to, because you can trust yourself. And the clue for me today was that ability to trust. Trust when you are curious enough to find answers, and also trust when you have hunches that tell you that maybe you're on the right track, or maybe you're not just working from impulse. Because I've shared many times in my writing and on my videos, and well, not all the videos, but a lot of my podcasts, that working through the ability to trust my own ideas has often been coming from a place of, well, exploring, is that impulse or is that intuition? I'm still not completely always clear on it. I'm learning to work through being able to trust, trust when it's intuition, and trust when it is maybe my my wisdom telling me that, oh, that's impulse, so I need to pause for that one. So my question to you is, what clues have you explored today, or found, that's nudging you? And it could be one clue or it could be many clues, that I encourage you to tune into them. I use the word tune in because I feel like tapping into that kind of information that is a clue is maybe an embodied experience. It's not necessarily, I hear the clue, I see the clue. Sometimes it's subtle. And we've talked about that a couple of days ago, that a clue can be subtle. It can be a whisper. So go ahead and trust the clues that are coming on your path. If you've enjoyed this, I would really appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel. Look in the show notes. I have a link there for a link to my newsletter. You can sign up for that. Also, in the month of June 2026, I am hosting a 1 week, 7 days meditation challenge. And you can listen to that challenge through my podcast, Omni Mindfulness. But I will be sharing a lot of my tips and insights around intuition, which is the theme of the 7 day meditation challenge. And I will also now start sharing more about technologies. So I did mention that I'm using Ecamm, learning to use Ecamm, and it's a lovely technology. It's full of features that I'm still trying to work through, because the screen itself can be very daunting or overwhelming. And that's another theme, actually, I'm going to be talking about. The overwhelm that can be caused not only from a variety of systems, but I know is very overwhelming for many people. And I would like to facilitate in helping others. And if you're listening to this, helping you overcome the overwhelm of AI, because it can be your friend and it can help you navigate through different areas of life. Because why spend your precious energy in doing things that I think is, I don't know, like I call it drudge work, operational, things that can be streamlined. And I've often been called a streamline with systems gal. So why not streamline your life so that you can focus on your why, your purpose, and your zone of genius? Well, that's all I had to say for today. It was a lot more than I thought I would talk about. Hope you enjoyed this. And like I said, please take a moment to pause and tune into the clues.